I'm sure that you solve all kinds of problems in your daily life and learn a lot from problem-solving experiences. Maybe you realize that your diet is not healthy, or you use too much water for your garden, or your household generates a lot of plastic trash, and then you start exploring what you can do about it. You search different resources, try and compare different options, and come up with a solution that works best for you. Problem-based learning is one of the most natural and effective learning strategies that you can use with your students. In problem-based learning, your students articulate a problem, collect and analyze relevant information, and work in teams to design solutions, and sometimes even implement these solutions. As students look around their town or city, they will see many environmental problems that impact their everyday lives. In problem-based learning, they address these problems using STEM knowledge. As an example, you take your students to a green space like a local park or their schoolyard. Students find that this place has been neglected and identify this as a problem they want to address. Students come up with different solutions, such as planting local species of trees, creating a rain garden, building raised beds convenient for people who use wheelchairs, or installing interpretive signs that explain how plants absorb water running off parking lots. Whichever solution your students have chosen to devise a plan for improving this green space, they will need to learn about topics such as plant growth, green space design, GIS, and soil remediation. They may also need to learn about social issues like how senior citizens or immigrants use parks, or how local residents can be involved in environmental stewardship of green spaces. Working on such a practical endeavor that improves their local community will motivate students to learn and apply STEM subjects in real-world situations. Research also shows that problem-based learning can help students' understanding of complex social and environmental issues, and help students remember science content, improve collaboration skills, and enhance self-directed learning skills and critical thinking. Important features of problem-based learning are that students work in teams, that they design a solution to an open-ended problem, and that the problem and solution are relevant to their lives. How might you facilitate problem-based learning? Here are a few tips. First, help students choose a local environmental or sustainability problem. For example, you can take students on a walk around their school to help them map community resources, such as places where people exercise and places where people observe wildlife, and environmental problems, such as too much traffic, lack of green spaces, plastic trash, or depleted biodiversity. This will help students identify important problems that are relevant to their daily lives and impact their families. Most real-world problems require learning about STEM subjects. Just make sure that these problems are meaningful to your students so that they feel invested in solving them. Second, guide your students in researching the problem or problems they have identified, including the factors that influence the problem and science behind it. Students could do this research in 4-person teams, which is a manageable size where all students could contribute meaningful ideas. In addition to information from websites, books, or libraries, you can help students access other important sources as well. For example, more advanced students could use ideas from peer-reviewed journal articles or research reports to inform solutions to their problems. For some solutions, it may be necessary to collect empirical data from, for example, by interviewing local residents or by measuring soil or water quality. You can also invite scientists, community leaders, or government officials to speak with your students and help them identify workable solutions. After students collect and organize information from different sources, guide them as they develop a practical solution informed by scientific expertise and evidence they have collected. Third, and finally, your students can present their solution to teachers, peers, scientists, local officials, and community members. Most students appreciate showing what they have learned. If several student groups work on the same problem, they will demonstrate there is more than one way to make improvements, each with its pros and cons. They can receive feedback from classmates and community members, make adjustments, vote to select the best solution, and even implement it in real life. What I like most about problem-based learning in STEM is that environmental problems do not have just one right answer. This ambiguity and open-endedness can help students design really creative problem solutions and bring STEM knowledge to life.